Below is a clean, accurate, chapter-by-chapter summary of Manias, Panics, and Crashes, Charles Kindleberger, 1978, the classic framework for understanding financial crises, bubbles, booms, and bust cycles. This summary is based on the original structure of the 1978 edition, which Kindleberger later updated with new additions, but the core chapters remain the same. Manias, Panics, and Crashes, chapter-by-chapter summary. Chapter 1, Financial Crises, a hardy perennial. Kindleberger opens by showing that financial crises repeat throughout history. The names and technologies change, but the pattern of boom, speculation, credit expansion, mania, crisis, panic, crash remains surprisingly stable. He argues that economics often assumes rational behavior, but real markets swing between overconfidence and fear, causing cycles. Key idea: crises are universal because human psychology doesn't change. Chapter 2, Anatomy of a Typical Crisis. This is the most famous chapter. Kindleberger breaks a crisis into 5 key stages, influenced by Hyman Minsky. 1. Displacement. Something new appears: technology, discovery, deregulation, war ending, etc. 2. Credit expansion. Banks and lenders extend more credit. Money becomes easy. 3. Euphoria, mania. Prices rise. Speculation explodes. This time is different thinking appears. 4. Crisis. Insiders start selling. Valuations look unrealistic. Liquidity tightens. 5. Panic. Everyone tries to exit at once. Prices collapse. Banks may fail. Key idea: booms need credit. Manias need overconfidence. Crashes come from rapid reversal. Chapter 3. Speculative manias. This chapter walks through how people behave in bubbles. Prices rising attract more buyers. Narrative takes over. New era, new economy. People borrow excessively to buy assets. Herd behavior dominates. Greater fool theory. Buyers hope to sell to someone else at a higher price. Manias become self-perpetuating because everyone copies everyone else. Key idea: a mania is not about the asset. It's about psychology amplified by credit. Chapter 4. The Critical Stage. This chapter examines the moment where the bubble stops expanding. Signals: early speculators quietly exit. Banks start tightening loans. Regulators become nervous. A large failure, bank collapse, fund blow-up shakes confidence. Once doubt enters, the bubble becomes unstable. Key idea: crises start not with the panic, but with the first loss of confidence. Chapter 5. Financial Panic. This chapter explains what panic looks like. Investors rush to liquidate. People want cash now at any price. Borrowers default. Banks refuse to lend and may collapse. Contagion spreads to other markets or countries. Example patterns: everyone wants to sell, few want to buy. Markets become illiquid. Price falls become self-reinforcing. Key idea: panics occur when everyone tries to exit a crowded trade at the same time. Chapter 6. International Contagion. Kindleberger shows how crises spread across borders. Capital flight from one country to another. Exchange rate crises. Trade collapses. International banks transmit shocks. Historical examples include the 1873 Vienna, Germany, U.S. crisis, the 1929 crash spreading globally, sovereign debt defaults. Key idea: global finance is interconnected. A crisis rarely stays isolated. Chapter 7. The International Lender of Last Resort. One of the most influential chapters: why crises often need a lender of last resort. A true lender of last resort must provide liquidity when no one else will, lend freely, but at a penalty rate, Bagehot's rule, prevent a panic from destroying healthy firms, restore confidence. Historically, this role was, in the 19th century, the Bank of England; in the 20th century, the Federal Reserve; internationally, IMF plus major central banks. Key idea: panics stop only when someone with deep reserves says, "We will provide unlimited liquidity." Chapter 8. The Political Economy of Crises. This chapter talks about how governments react, often too slow or ideological. Sometimes they worsen crises by tightening during a downturn. Sometimes they prevent crises with timely support. Kindleberger argues governments must balance moral hazard, don't rescue stupidity; systemic stability, don't let panic collapse everything. Key idea: crises require competent intervention, but timing and scale are hard to get right. Chapter 9. Lessons and Patterns. The final chapter summarizes what history teaches. Booms occur when credit expands faster than real economic output. Crises occur when the system becomes over-leveraged. Speculators always believe this time is different. Panics always look chaotic, but follow predictable patterns. International cooperation is often weak but essential. Key idea. Crises are not accidents. They are built into the structure of capitalist finance. In one line, Kindleberger's message, financial crises repeat because human emotions repeat and because credit magnifies those emotions.